welcome back to my channel. Today we are filming another episode of the Lunar podcast. Finally! I feel like it's awkward just to jump right in, but there's no better way to do it than just do it, right? So, I know it's been a while. I'll have some updates for you at the end of what I've been up to and everything, but I have a decent amount of bits. As I was collecting everything, I was getting really excited to talk about some of the things I've been working on and not showing. Oh, I just forgot something. I'll be right back. Silly me, forgot like my biggest finished object to show you guys. Also, Makoa's about to make his way over here with his toys, so as always, just ignore the crunching and the running and the noises of my cute dog. But I am so excited to be back and talking to you guys today, and I did want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Ana Luisa. I was reached out to by this company and I just couldn't resist. I've had this idea to make a how I style my knits video, and I wanted to throw that out to you guys if you guys would be interested. But they offered to send me some jewelry, and as you guys know, I love jewelry, and this brand is no exception. I've been wearing these gold chains. Let me get a little closer. So they sent me some gold chains, which I have been so into lately. I love stacking jewelry and just wearing lots of jewelry. I have tons of earrings and rings, and these Ana Luisa add the perfect touch to my collection. So all of their stuff comes beautifully packaged in these nice pouches that allow you to keep everything separate, which is great for me because I just throw everything in a little dish, and I've actually been putting them back in the bag. So they sent me a couple of other chains that I've been mixing and matching with each other and my other jewelry. And I have been loving stacking necklaces with my knits lately, and the quality of this jewelry is amazing. I literally have been wearing these two necklaces since I got them. I cannot take them off. I absolutely love the texture that they add, and it's just a little something. It's not too over the top, and I can totally get away with wearing lots of jewelry at work when it's cute and dainty like this. So Ana Luisa is kind enough to be offering a link to you guys that I will have in the description box down below. I don't get any kickback from it, so happy shopping to you. But I do need to mention that they are having a great Black Friday holiday type of sale. These necklaces especially, I don't know, I have lots of rings and everything already, so I was excited to try some new necklaces, and they're such good quality. Like, I feel like these are gonna last a lifetime. So if you're interested in picking up some Christmas gifts, which I totally recommend, you should check out the link down in the description down below. All right, so I am just going to jump right into this podcast, normal style. I feel like I have a lot to show you guys. Maybe it's not. I have some finished objects, some works in progresses, and then I'll do a little live update at the end. So if you're interested in all of those things, keep watching. So I feel like we should just start with the thing that I'm wearing because it is a finished object. This is my Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Made Designs. I finally completed, I think I started it last August 2020. And yeah, it's finally done. This is all of the yarn that I had left, minus the mohair. I think I had like almost a full skein of mohair left. This was Explorer Knits and Fibers Mountains at Dusk colorway, which is one of my all-time favorites. I was knitting the Sunset Highway by Caitlin Hunter with this initially, but then it started pooling, was not into that look, so I decided to rip that out and create a Cozy Classic Raglan, and I held it together with Knit Picks Carbon yarn. Carbon, I think it's their floof, it's their mohair. So I'm obsessed. So it is very cropped. Let me show you guys a little bit better. These are not my most high-waisted pants. I imagine it would sit a little differently with my most high-waisted pants, but these go to just below my belly button, and so it's pretty cropped. My belly button is here, and then the sleeves are 3/4 lengths, which I personally love. I love a bracelet length or a 3/4 length sleeve in my preferences. So I definitely could have knit them a little bit longer, but I'm happy with the way it came out. Now, I do remember whenever I was knitting this, I had some trouble with the increases at the start, so they're not totally perfect. I don't know if you guys can tell. Sorry for my bad lighting. This getting dark at 5 o'clock is really, I don't like it. So I turned on the light, I turned on the porch light hoping that would help, and I just hope this quality is okay. I'm filming on the back camera, so I also can't see what I'm doing. This is probably a total clusterfuck. I'm sorry. But yeah, I messed up all the increases at the start, so this one is all like pulled out here. Whatever, I don't really care. My hair covers it, and then I finally figured it out and it looks fine the rest of the way, but whatever. That's the fun of knitting. I could have taken it out easily and redid it, but I knew in the end it wasn't going to affect the overall product. Nobody else is probably going to notice except for me and you guys now that I pointed it out. But yeah, this cozy classic raglan is now complete. Very excited to add to my collection. I wish it was a little bit longer, and it definitely fit me a lot better when I started knitting it. I have definitely, ooh, a fly. I have definitely gained some inches here and there and everywhere as we do. I feel like I'm healthy now. I've been excited about life again, and that just brings along eating and having fun. So it is what it is. I'm very happy with the outcome of this, and I can't wait to wear it out and about. I just finished it like last week, I think, so I haven't had any opportunity to get it out and really play with it. I do have some fun styling ideas that I want to do with it. So again, please let me know if you guys want to see a how to style your knits video, because I definitely want to do that. All right, let's move along to the next finished object, another one that you guys have seen before. This, I don't think I've showed the finished object yet. I could be wrong, but this is my cloud sleeve by Isabelle Kramer that I was knitting. I think in my last video, you guys saw me knitting on it, my knit and chat video. So definitely check out that if you want to see me work on it. And I know I talked about it in a couple other podcasts, but I don't think I've showed the finished thing yet. I did finally finish it. I love the way it feels. Like, do you see how drapey that is? I also think I have a yarn review out for this video. I'm pretty confident to say that. So it's super drapey and bouncy, and it's great. I haven't worn it yet. I do kind of hate the sleeves a little bit. I feel like they kind of flare out a little bit. I don't know how to describe it, but if you go onto my Instagram, which is at Lunar by Lori, I do have a picture of me wearing this, and you definitely can see it in the picture. So if you go check that out, let me know in the comments on that picture what you think, because I want to wear it, but I'm just like self-conscious a little bit. Anyways, here's the back. It has this really nice slip stitch cable design on it, which I love. It was fun to do. It was easy to memorize. It's like a 4-row repeat, and I could do it without even looking at the pattern by the end. I think the hardest part of this whole pattern is just like the yoke area when you're doing it flat, and it has this inset sleeve here, which is something I had never done before, so it kind of makes it like a drop shoulder raglan mix. It's called an inset sleeve. It has a name. But yeah, I had never done it before, so adding that with the cabling and slip stitching and just being a little bit different than something I have done before made it a lot more fun for me. I like that sort of thing. Yeah, so I don't have much to say. I haven't worn it yet, but it does fit me, and like it has a nice drape. It feels amazing. Like, if I don't end up wearing this, I would probably pull it out and knit something else with this yarn. I really like it. It's perfect for summer and spring for sure. This was the Sweet Georgia Linen Flaxen Silk Light yarn, I believe, and this was in the colorway Pumpkin. This is what I have left. I did alternate skeins in the body somewhat here and there, just so I wouldn't get any weird color flashing, because I don't think these were exactly perfect. But I have quite a bit left. I think I could probably get some sort of Jessie May like tank top design out of it. It's a fingering weight yarn. So I was actually laying in bed thinking about that last night. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to turn it into some sort of like Jessie May design, because her designs are perfect for linens. And like when you don't have a lot left, I think it's perfect for that. In my size specifically, I know it would be different for everyone, but that is just what I think I'm going to do with my leftovers. All right, I feel like I'm talking really fast, but I always do that. Ugh. Who cares? You guys don't care. That's why you come back, right? Because you like my personality. That's what I'm telling myself anyways. Let's move on to the next finished object. So I don't know if I've ever showed this on the podcast, but my friend Jenna had a baby, and I was knitting her some sweaters, but I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. She had the baby, and the sweaters are not to her yet. I know I showed you guys the last sweater I knit, which was by Two of Wands, the Autumn League pullover, the one with like the design in the front, super cute. I made that for her daughter as well. And then I cast it on a flax silk light. That's where I was confusing the name of this yarn. It's not flaxen light, it's just flaxen silk, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. But the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits, I think I just got the smallest size because my yarn was not the same gauge. I'm pretty sure this is a worsted weight yarn, and the pattern calls for a fingering weight yarn, but it's free, so I just used that, and I was like, it's for a kid, it doesn't matter how big it is. And it turned out so cute. This yarn was from Knit Crate. I don't know any of the details on it. I threw away the labels like I do because I'm so irresponsible, but it's just so cute. I did omit the garter stitch sleeve section. I just did all stockinette through the whole thing, and like, I love it. It's so silky and just drapey, and I think any child would look adorable in it. The yarn is so cool. Like, not my personal taste at all, but I think for a child, darling. I just adore it. So I really want to get this in the mail so her daughter can enjoy it before she's too big for it. Hopefully she could wear it this year. The other one's slightly bigger than this. Also, I know nothing about children. These could be way too short of sleeves. But the neck hole is big enough for a baby's head. I did have to change a baby's clothes once that I was babysitting. I couldn't get the clothes off the head. So I don't know how you people with kids, like, what? Why were the holes of the child's clothes so small and the head was so big? All right, anyways, I'm getting way off topic here. I'm just so excited to be talking to you guys again. It's been way too long. I don't know what I've been doing. Like, I totally probably could have filmed a video, but I've just been confused as to what I want my channel to be anymore, and which is so unmotivating and scary. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Flaxen Silk Light, smallest size, worsted weight yarn. I think I used a 4.5 millimeter yarn or 4.5 millimeter knitting needle for this. I'm almost positive of that. So I really like it. I hope Jenna does too. Jenna, if you're watching this, I'm sending that to you. Okay, and I do have 2 more finished objects. I know, I've been knitting crazy. So I know I've showed you guys these before, but I finished my Halloween socks. I started them earlier this year, but I did finish them in time for Halloween, and I did wear them on Halloween. I'm so excited about that. I've worn them twice, and I haven't washed them off for the second time. So excuse any fuzzes you see or the fact that they look worn, because they are. But I did put one on a blocker for you, and then here is the other one. So these are just my regular sock recipe. I did a 2x2 rib for 15 rounds, 15 rounds of stockinette, and then I did a slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, which I've determined is the only heel I will ever knit myself for socks because I like it a lot, and I hate making it, but it is the perfect fit for my foot. Then I just knit the foot as long as I need it to and did a wedge toe. This yarn is by Hellcats and Skeins. It used to be Once Upon a Corgi Knits. I can't remember her new name ever. Her name is Gabby. She does have a podcast. Also, I got this yarn out of one of her G-stashes. It's a BFL, which this is my first time using BFL. It's a lot more rustic than what I'm used to, and I love it. It's so, the more I wear it, the softer it gets, and I like it a lot. So highly recommend, if you haven't tried BFL, do invest if you can. And I believe this was in her colorway from 2000 something called Rhinebeck Roomies or something like that. It did end up like micro striping quite a bit, especially on the foot and stuff. And I really like that. It was perfect for Halloween. It gives me those vibes. I'll wear them all year round, of course, but, well, not all year round, probably just in the fall and the winter, but they work perfect with my boots at this length. So I really like these. Also, if you're wondering, these sock blockers, they are granny square sock blockers. I did stain mine. I have the size small. It's laser cut by my friend Jenna. I don't know that she's currently doing anything right now since she just had her baby not very long ago. But if you can get your hands on a pair, highly recommend. So cute. And I can't wait to hang them on my wall eventually. That's something I need to do. Just gonna check and make sure it's still recording. Okay, we're good. I just know my phone battery is really low. It was only at like 40% when I started, so we gotta get through this. Yeah. All right. I have one more finished object, and this is by far the most exciting because you guys have not seen it yet. Unless you follow me on Instagram, I have posted some updates and pictures of it. But I went and knit myself the Arachne tee sweater. This is the Arachne sweater by Saterlin, and it's so cute. I knit it for Halloween. It was kind of like the Easter sweater I knit earlier this year. I had like a month until Halloween, and I was like, I have this yarn, and I want to turn it into a Halloween sweater. So your girl did that. I wore it so much after I finished it. I tried to get it in as much Halloween wear as I could, and I definitely did. And I can't wait until next year to wear it again. I know I don't have to wait, but like, it's my holiday sweater. Like I told you guys before, I want to have a sweater for every holiday, and then probably another one after I do all of them, but I love this sweater. It's probably my favorite sweater I've ever made. So I made quite a bit of modifications. If you guys can see, I'm not sure. I made the second size. I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe the third size. No, I think I made the third size on this one. I'm making the second size on something else. But I did a rolled hem for the neckline. And I'm really happy that I did decide to do that. I think it just elevates it so much more, and the neckline is perfect. I think that's why I like this sweater so much. This is my favorite neckline on a sweater that I've knit. It's just the perfect size for me to be comfortable. And then I did a bell sleeve or a bishop sleeve. Who knows? You guys probably do, but I don't. So I just knit a tube all the way down and decreased by half on the last round, and then I did a 1x1 ribbing for the cuff. And then for the body, I omitted all of the decreases and I just knit it straight, and I did a 1x1 cuff for the bottom. So it turned out perfect in length. I wish it was a little bit longer. I was going for a longer sweater situation, but I mean, it goes to my hips, which is perfect. I will take it. It's perfectly oversized. Usually my sweaters come out a little tighter than I would like. It's perfectly oversized. I have nothing bad to say about the pattern. The pattern was beautiful, and it's beautiful just as it's written. It has a lot of decreases. It actually has more of a fit like this top has right now. That's what this is supposed to have. But I had a vision for what I was going for Halloween, so I did decide to alter it a little bit. I believe I used a 4.5mm knitting needle for the entire thing, even the ribbing. I personally don't like to go down a needle size for my ribbing. I don't like to do that, so I didn't. And then the color work was like it was fine. First off, you guys know I don't really enjoy color work all that much, but it got really repetitive and I was over it by the end. Here are my floats somewhat. They look pretty good. There are some points where I did catch floats. You wouldn't necessarily have to. I don't think everybody catches floats, and you definitely will see on the front, if you catch your floats, you need to be very cautious of where you're catching the floats. You definitely want to try to move them a little bit and not do them all in the same area, because if you do a high contrast, which is what I think most people do for the sweater, you're gonna see it. And you can see some of the areas where I caught my floats, which I think it kind of just adds to the texture of the sweater. And then I used Knit Picks kettle dyed yarn. I don't remember the colorway names. Sorry, I threw all the tags away. I am the worst at this. You guys understand, right? But I used this white one, which is actually speckled, which I really was happy with that decision. I just thought it would look so cool, and I like that it kind of adds, it's not so stark. It does have like bits of black in it, so it kind of mellows it all down while still being a very high contrasting color to the black, which has some gray into it, which in the sleeves it did do some pooling, but I did alternate the entire body. I just didn't feel like it in the sleeves. I think I was also down to my very last skein of this yarn. So I do have enough to do a sweater in opposite colorways, which I might do that, but I'll probably just knit a full white sweater because it has some nice speckles, and I think that would be a nice neutral to own. But overall, Definitely recommend the sweater if you guys have been considering it. Make it your own. You don't have to make it this cute little tight crop that she suggests. I love the way that this one turned out. If you want to see a picture of it, you can go to my Ravelry page, which I'll have linked, or you can check out my Instagram, which I'll have tagged in the bottom. So yeah, I love it. I love the modifications I made. I love the way it turned out. I got a lot of compliments on it. People didn't know I made it, and I think that was really cool. So yeah, that is my Arachne sweater by Andy Saterlin. And also all my finished objects. So I do have 3 works in progresses to show you. The first one being a pair of socks, which you have definitely seen before. Started these in 2019. So if you have been with me since that time period, you've seen these before, and you haven't just seen them once, you've probably seen them multiple times. But I have been knitting this pair of ribbed socks. It's just a 2x2 ribbed sock with a slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, and a wedge toe. The toe is, I believe, the colorway Linen by Lane and Lotus Jen. And then I know for sure that this yarn is Farmer's Daughter Rough Customer. And it's in a superwash, 100% superwash. So that's why I added the nylon blend superwash for the heels and the toes. But not much to say about it. I started these in 2019. My gauge has changed significantly. I love the way the original one turned out, but the new one is much tighter fitting. But I'm still trying to push through. I refuse to let myself cast on another pair of socks until I finish these now. So that is the goal. The main problem I was having with these is I was knitting them on 9-inch circulars, and it just wasn't going well for me. I did not enjoy that at all. I really do enjoy the magic loop. So when I switched to that, I've been having a lot more success, but I also think that's why my gauge is tighter. So, you know, it is what it is. They both fit. They just fit differently, and that's okay. I just need to finish it and move on because I just want to cast on some of the yarn I have in here so bad for socks. But I love this yarn by Farmer's Daughter. It's so soft. And that's what it looks like there. And here is the other yarn. So, yes. I'm going to throw that back in the bag, which is this one by my friend Justine from Bent On Handmade. You guys, I talk about the same people all the time. You know them. They're great. We love them here. You should check out all of the people I mentioned in this video. There they are in that bag. All right. So the next ones are exciting projects in their own right, but they're not very far yet. So it's not going to be exciting to see initially. This first one I'm working on is a Musselburgh hat, and I can't remember the designer's name, but I always link the patterns in the description box below. Unfortunately, I do link the Ravelry link, so if you don't use Ravelry, maybe don't click the link, but you can reach out to me on Instagram and I can see if there's another way for you to receive that pattern. But I'm doing that hat. I at first was like, no, I'm not gonna knit one of those. And then I went on Ravelry and I looked through all the stuff, and it was like one of the ones on the first page, and I was like, oh, I love that hat. And it just turned out to be the Musselburgh hat that I said I wasn't gonna knit. So it looks a little bit wonky because I did frog this yarn. If you guys have, again, been following me for a while, I was knitting a sweater for my ex, which is funny because they say there is a boyfriend curse. If you knit them a sweater, then it doesn't work out, but whatever. It didn't work out, so I did finally rip the sweater out, which was a pain in the butt. It took me hours. I hadn't even finished the yoke yet, but he was a big guy, so it was a large sweater. But it was held with mohair. So I did it, and I'm very happy that I did it, and then I spent the entire night last night knitting on this. So essentially what this hat is you cast on at the top here, so just a few stitches, and then you increase until you get to the desired number of stitches, and then you knit a whole tube, and then at the end of the tube you decrease, and then you tuck one side into the other, and you have a double thick hat, and then if you roll it up it's quadruple thick. And I just thought I needed one of those in my life. Actually, I started knitting this for somebody else, but it might be for me depending on how it turns out, because I think I made a size that's too big for me, but I would be more comfortable wearing it. I don't want it to be too big for the person I'd be knitting it for. It doesn't matter. it might be for somebody. It's going to be for somebody. I considered ripping back, but also I don't know how accurate my gauge is because the yarn is all crumpled and whatever. So it's going to fit somebody. It doesn't look overly huge, and everything looks big when I'm knitting it, and then when I get done with it, it's not as big as I thought. Anybody else have that problem? Just me? But I'm excited. I'm just really enjoying this. This yarn is wonderful. I can't remember who it's from. I did a sample knit for them. I know that's awful. I knit the Sunset Highway sweater for them, and I know this is the Toasted Marshmallow colorway. I don't know if she still makes it, but it's just a gray with some browns in it. And yeah, I'm knitting it on a 4mm. I originally started with a 4.5, which is what I did this part with, and I was like, I don't like this gauge. So I went down a little bit, and I'm happy with it so far. So I'm excited to just keep knitting and around and around and around as long as I need to. So, and I learned a new technique, so that's even better. Something so simple, and I'm still learning. Like, that is my love of knitting right there. I just like to be learning. All right, and on to my last work in progress, which you guys have not seen before, but it's also not very substantial. I can't remember how to say the name of it, so I will put the name on the screen here, and I will also have it linked down below. I also don't know who it's by, but that's not going to help you guys out at all right now. So it'll be really fun to see in the next episode what it's starting to look like if you don't want to look it up. Basically, it's a sweater that is knit with 2 cables, and then you build off of those. So there's some color wick in the middle and color wick on the sleeves, and you like knit inwards and you knit outwards, I think. And it's just really big and baggy, which is totally my thing. I love baggy clothes, and so I thought this would be perfect. Essentially, I just have this much of the first cable, and you make 2 cable rings, and then you Kitchener stitch them together, and then that's where you build the body from. So I had originally finished the entire first cable almost, but I decided to rip it out because my gauge I wasn't happy with it. And also on the first cable, I kept doing rounds. I kept skipping some of the rows I needed to do per cable, and so it wasn't exactly cohesive or whatnot. So I just decided to rip out and start over on another cable and go from there. So I got this yarn from Explorer Knits and Fibers, and I can't remember the names of it. I will have that in the next podcast for sure. I think this one might be called Lone Wolf perhaps, but this is what it looks like. I got these for doing a sample knit for her. I might have shared that sweater with you, but I can't remember. There's a picture on my Instagram. I also knit a cowl for another company, which I will have a yarn review video coming up, so you can see that in there, but I've already shipped it off without talking about it. I am so sorry. But these are the colors I'm going to use. This is going to be my main color, which will be the majority of the sweater, and then the color will be done in this gray color. And I think I have enough to do that. I think I'm knitting the second size, so wish me luck. I don't quite know. I don't have a whole lot to say about it yet because I'm not very far, but I've been really enjoying the cables. I'm anticipating that this project will take me quite some time, and I'm okay with that because I really want the product so badly, and I think it's something that will live in my life for a very long time, especially with this yarn being so luxurious. I'm pretty sure this is some sort of cashmere blend, and that's just a beautiful gift that, I mean, I know I did the work for somebody and they gifted me with the yarn, and it just feels like a very luxurious item that I want to have forever in my life. And I think the style of it is going to live with me for a very long time, and I want to take my time with the process and be okay with that. So that's why I started this hat, so I would have something other than socks that would bring me joy on the side, because I don't want to stress myself out with this project. It's not like a holiday sweater or something like that. It's gonna be a piece that means a lot to me for a long time. So that is all I've been working on. I don't have any acquisitions or anything to show you. I just have a little life update, I guess. Not much. I've just been working. I just started a new position within what I was doing before today. So it's going to be an exciting new learning set of skills that I'm going to learn, and it's going to be stressful and fun, and I'm really proud of myself for sticking to this and growing in it so quickly, and I look forward to what's to come in my career. But as far as my house goes, yeah, guys, I have so many things to show you guys that I've updated. I mean, maybe it doesn't seem like a lot to you, but when you're the one that has to put in the work and the money, it feels like a lot to me. It's turning into the little boho jungle of my dreams, and I just couldn't be more happy. I'm absolutely obsessed with my home. I've lived here for a full year now, and just, I think about it daily. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've lived here for over a year and I've paid all my bills myself. I've paid for this house myself. I've paid for all the improvements myself. I put the work in myself, and I can't even describe to you how amazing that makes me feel. Like, I've never been in this good of a place in my life. Not just talking like financially and career-wise, but mentally. I've never felt better about myself. All I have to say is everything works out in a way that you don't expect. Life isn't here to give you exactly what you want or make all your wildest dreams come true. It's just real and it's raw, and you go through bad things to get to other places. And it's all about learning. It's just about learning and deciding if you want to grow from whatever you're given. And some people have it harder than others, but you can't look at it that way, because you'll never be happy. Being happy is a choice totally. I understand that now, and it's completely changed my life. I can't even imagine how I possibly lived the way I did before with my mindset opposed to how I do now. I like wasted so much time. But that's how it works. You don't just know things, you have to learn them. And I'm so happy that I went through what I went through, and I'm able to be here right now talking to you guys, feeling better than ever, excited about what I'm doing in my personal life, excited about what I'm doing in my career, and excited about what I'm doing with you guys. And it's not this close relationship that I thought I'd have, posting videos twice a week, weekly. It's, I want to talk to my friends, and I hope they want to listen. And I know the ones that are watching right now, they are here for me and they're excited for me, and I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comments like I always do. I love getting your comments and just chatting back with you. Also, message me on Instagram. I'm not the fastest replier, but I always reply, so yeah. Other than that, I haven't been up to too much. I've met a new friend, so just exploring all of that. And plants, I don't know how many plants you can see in this frame right now, but you guys, if you want a plant tour, leave a comment down below. If you want a new house tour, leave a comment down below. A styling knits video. Clearly I have ideas, I'm just not performing, and I should do that, and I just need your help, so please leave me a comment down below if you want to see anything special or you just want to chat. I want to hear. And if you liked my jewelry, which I hope you do because it's beautiful and it's so perfect for your knitwear. Whenever I knit this sweater for Halloween, I layered so many necklaces with it and it was a vibe. Check out my Instagram to see those photos. But yeah, check out Ana Luisa. There is a link in the description box right down below. It should be the first one. Just click on that and it'll take you right to the website. I don't get any kickback, but there is a discount, so now's the time. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below about all the things I talked about, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. Thanks for watching. Bye!